Hello! Warp knitted structures will be presented in this lesson. All knitted structures, according to the knit formation principle, are divided into two basic groups, weft and warp. Warp knitted loop consists of two parts, an overlap and underlap. Overlaps in the knitted structure can be closed and opened. All warp knitted structures are divided into four main groups. The basic warp knitted patterns consist only from the loops. In the case of direct laying, each yarn is bent into the loops always on the same needle and creates chain structure. Pillar stitch itself doesn't create knitted fabric but can be used in combination together with other warp knitted patterns or as decorative element. In the case of alternating laying, each yarn is laid on two adjacent needles in turn and creates tricot stitch pattern. In the case of gradual laying, each yarn is fed gradually on the first, second, third, etc. needle. After a certain number of courses, lapping goes back. By gradual laying, atlas with open, closed, or mixed overlaps is created. The mixed atlas is the most popular. Derived warp knitted patterns are made of the basic patterns by missing one or more needles between two overlaps. In derived patterns, underlaps are longer than the corresponding basic patterns. In the case of alternating laying, each yarn is laid on every third needle in turn and creates cord stitch pattern. In satin stitch pattern, each yarn is laid on every fourth needle in turn and creates even longer underlaps than in the cord stitch. Longer underlaps make surface of the fabric technical back glossy. Derived atlas is created by gradual laying and missed at least one needle between two overlaps. Fancy warp knitted patterns are made on the basis of the basic or derived patterns and can have in the structure more than one overlap on the same needle, long underlaps, additional yarns or their parts, and so on. Filet lace and net structure are characterized by smaller or bigger holes. These holes are created due to not connected wales by using semi-reading of yarns into the guide bar or combined patterns as it's shown in the principal view of net. Laid-in patterns have additional inlay yarns in the structure. Inlay yarns can be laid in one, two, or multi-axial directions. Inlay yarns can be laid on all needles or on selected number of needles. Inlay yarns are used to change design and properties. Laid-in warp knitted fabrics are widely used for functional and technical applications. Warp fabrics knitted in laid-in pattern also are used for clothing and home textile. The technical backside of such fabric usually is much more attractive than the technical face. Terry pattern is knitted by laying at least two yarns, ground and terry. If terry loops are ripped up, the surface of the fabric technical back becomes pile. Plaited warp knitted patterns are very widely used. Actually, majority of all fancy warp knitted fabrics basically are plaited and only then some additional pattern effects are created. In the plaited pattern, at least two yarns are used. The ground yarn, which underlaps are visible on the technical backside, and the plaiting yarn, which straight parts of the overlaps are visible on the technical face side. Combined patterns are produced by combining two or more different patterns into one pattern repeat. Combination of different patterns into one new pattern allows to obtain new design and new functional properties. Usually, the technical backside of the combined warp knitted fabric is more interesting than the technical face side. Thank you for your attention.